If you thought the 2020 and 2021 Utah real estate market was crazy, well, 2022 is lining up to be a wild ride also. Let's take a look at what housing may look like in 2022 if you want a true sense to what is going on right here in Utah and what to expect when relocating to the U-State. And stay tuned. I'll also be giving you some top tips on how to navigate this crazy market. So let's get after it right now. Welcome to the Living in Utah channel. I'm Mike Gallagher. I'm a local real estate agent right here in the area. And if you want to know what it's like to eat, sleep, drink, and play in the state of Utah, you've come to the right channel. You may consider tapping that subscribe button down below and hitting that bell notification, and you'll receive an alert every time I release a new video. And that's every week. And honestly, we've been helping so many people from all over the world buy or sell real estate right here in the area, and we absolutely love it. So if I can be of any assistance, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, whether it's days, nights, or weekends. We got your back when moving to the U-State. Since the spring of 2020, the housing market has been on fire. Multiple offers, above asking prices, removing contingencies, and wait lines just to get in some homes, just to view them. You have to pass the key from one agent to another. It's been a seller's market, no doubt about it. It's been crazier than anything I've seen in the last 25 years. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I'm expecting the same thing in 2022. I promise not to make this video some boring economic lesson, but there's some factors that affect our housing market. If you're planning on making a move in the next year or so, you may want to take these things into consideration. Coming at number 1 on the list, supply. We have a supply problem in Utah. The current inventory on UtahRealEstate.com, what we refer to as the MLS, would be 2,297 homes. That is all types of homes, whether it's a mobile home, a condo, a townhome, single-family home, and it's all price ranges, right up to multi-million-dollar homes. Over the last 30 days, we sold 2,925 homes. Oh no, we have a problem. It's a very simple math problem. People are buying houses so fast that if no one listed their house, we would run out of inventory in about 30 days. Now, a balanced market would be about 6 months worth of inventory. I remember the days when we used to have 7,000 to 9,000 home listings. And when we had that many listings, if you didn't like a particular home, I could get in my car, drive 1 or 2 streets over, and I would find more homes for sale. I remember driving in a townhome community, and you would see 4 or 5 homes to choose from. So this crazy market will probably continue. In order to balance things out, we need more supply or less demand. That might change in 2022, but at the moment it is not changing. Now, there are some people who are cashing in on their equity, but in general, the locals are having a hard time putting their homes on the market. Their biggest issue is, where will they move to? They usually have to also find a replacement home when they sell their home. The other way to increase supply is to build more homes. Build, build, build. But building new homes has its issues also. Most builders right now are going as fast as they can. If they could put more homes up, they would. Some of the issues that they are running into would be, first on the list, supply issues. I know of a home right now is waiting for the roof truss. They were supposed to be delivered about a month ago. We still have not seen them, and we don't even know if they're going to arrive in the next week or 2. We're already about 4 weeks behind, possibly 6 weeks behind. There's also some issues with certain paint colors not being available, and also stucco is becoming a little bit short here lately. Second issue on the list, finding land. Some people just do not want to sell their land, so trying to find available land can sometimes be a little bit of a challenge. Number 3 on the list, it takes time to put in infrastructure. So you have the land. Well, you've got to put in roads and blacktop and sewer and water and electric and maybe build a park. This all takes time. It could take 4, 6, maybe even a year, depending on what improvements need to be done on that particular lot. Number 4 on the list, city approval. Any new project has to go through the city and the city council. So if you're developing, You get your architect and your engineer together, do up some plans, goes through the process. They may require changes. That takes time. They don't like this, they don't like that. So back to the drawing board you go. It could take you 4, 5, 6 months to get through the city council process in some cities. Number 5 on the list, the old not in my backyard, especially with the Facebook groups that are out there, the city groups. When people find out that there is a new home development going in, they usually object. You see all kinds of comments. We don't want any more homes, go away, or we want a Costco, an Olive Garden, a Red Lobster. And people create these campaigns and sometimes go to the city council and object to new home construction in their city. Coming in at number 6 on the list, labor issues. There is a shortage of workers to build homes at the current moment. In Utah, we have one of the lowest unemployment numbers in the nation, so it's hard to find skilled help. Number 7, rising costs. Some builders are a little bit nervous with the inflation. Everything's going up, whether it's wood, concrete, blacktop, paint. The cost to build a home is increasing, and some builders are scaling back a little bit on how many homes they are building. They're getting a little nervous if once they get that home done, can you sell the home with the increased costs? Number 8 on the list, city inspectors. Stretched very thinly. So much construction going on. Sometimes it might take a day or 2 or 3 to get a city inspector out to approve your particular build project. Let's say, for instance, you are doing the foundation. You get it all framed up, get your rebar in. Well, you can't pour concrete. You have to wait till the city inspector comes out, approves everything, and then you can pour concrete. Continue on with your project. Number 9, the typical home build of 5 to 6 months is now taking about 8 to 9 months. And if you're building a custom home, it's well over a year. So the other side of the equation is demand. You have supply and you have demand. People are still moving to Utah in record numbers. It's one of the highest percentage growth states in the nation. I mean, the secret's out. Utah's a great place to live. It's a family-oriented state. It's an outdoor recreational paradise. You have 4 seasons. You have some natural beauty, some beautiful national parks. You live right underneath the mountains, and many more things. Oh, we also have low unemployment and some great paying jobs. I've seen people of all ages move to the state. Whether you're a young adult or a senior citizen, I've seen it all. And we also have some great schools to raise your kids. And I won't even mention politics. And I'm serious. The demand and excitement about Utah is off the charts. And I'm wondering how long this craziness will last. What may change this demand is what we're talking about next, and that's interest rates. Now, if you're one of my cash buyers out there, don't sleep on this topic. Even if you're not going to purchase a home with financing, there's some good info. Next, interest rates. Interest rates have been historically low for many years now. Will the rates go up? The short answer is yes. A few months ago, you could get a 30-year mortgage for around about the 3% range, and then it climbed to 4%. Then it dropped down a little bit, but then the Federal Reserve raised the base rate by 1/4%. And the Federal Reserve says there will be more increases in 2022. So I'll have to agree with the man who is in charge of the Federal Reserve. Will it affect demand? My feeling, if we see 5, 6, 7% rates, it will cool the market down. So far, with the 4% rates, demand has not slowed. There are some people who were sitting on the sidelines waiting to get into the market, and with this little bump in interest rates, they are now shopping for homes. I think we all knew that the rates could not stay at 3% forever. When I bought my first home in 1996, I paid 9%. I refinanced down to the 6% range, and I thought I was robbing the bank. I literally was taking the paperwork, running out the door. And I remember when my parents bought a home in 1988, it was 12%. And my dad has told me stories that in the early 1980s, it was 21%. And I'm expecting to see more demand in the short term with the 4% rate, but I'm also expecting prices to rise a little bit in the short term. Let me explain. People are moving to Utah at a pace we've never seen before. We're even seeing multi-generations of families moving here. They are fleeing higher cost of living areas like California, Seattle, and New York. So the 4% seems like a great deal on a Utah-priced home compared to the multi-million-dollar homes in some states. I imagine by now everyone who is planning to move to Utah is thinking, why would I want to join that crazy home buying market? I'm not going to lie to you, it's a crazy market, but I've successfully managed to crack the code, and I have the following tips. Number one, get ready. As the saying goes, have all your ducks in a row. If you're getting financed, have all your docs turned into the lender, and they need to provide you with a solid full approval, not just one of them pre-qualification lenders. And your lender needs to be ready to call the listing agent and sell them on how amazing you are, and that you are strong financially, and that you will make it to the closing table. Also, your agent needs to know how to win in this market. So get your team together first, your agent and your lender, way before you look for homes. I guarantee you'll be competing with other home buyers. It's the best team that's going to win in this market. Number two, you may consider new construction if you have the time to wait. Now, some of the downsides to new construction is by the time you buy the house, you put the yard in, you put the fence in, and you finish the basement, you will probably pay more than an existing home. But it might get you into a home in this market. Also, with most builders, you will not be able to pick the finishes or make modifications. It's the way it is right now. This allows builders to finish homes a little bit faster. I know it sounds scary, but securing a home in this market is a win. You may not move in when you want to or pick the finishes, but you will have a home at some point. Now let's go back to the builders. There have been a lot of changes. Some have done away with their design centers, and they just go the route of building spec homes. They choose which homes go on what lot. They also select all the finishes, and they build out the entire neighborhood with pre-planned homes for every lot that they have. This allows them to streamline the process, tighten the timelines, and they do a better job of controlling the pricing. I know it's frustrating for buyers who want to pick out their own finishes, but honestly, the builders really don't care, and they know someone will buy the house in this market. Don't try to do new construction without a real estate agent. It doesn't cost you anything, and you don't save any money without an agent. And it's really difficult out there. If you're out of state, it's nice to have boots on the ground checking in on the progress of your new build. Number three, get creative. There's a lot you can do to make your offer more appealing. Now, I'm not going to give you all my secrets, but I do have things to share that has given me a lot of success. First of all, an initial call to the listing agent and a call from my lender to the listing agent. It's all about building the right kind of rapport to figure out what it's going to take for your offer to be accepted. In this market, with other offers having a solid pre-approval or a cash offer, it usually comes down to which offer can make it to the closing table. I want to know what's important to the seller and what they would like to see in a solid offer. And you'd be surprised with what they say. Sometimes it's about removing or shortening some contingencies, or being able to stay in the home after closing. And sometimes it has nothing to do with money. The goal is to create a win-win situation for everyone involved. And tip number four, don't give up. I know it's tough out there, especially for first-time home buyers. Those entry-level homes are the most competitive and are seeing the multiple offers. With rental rates as high as they are and rising, it still makes sense to own your own home. Historically, owning a home can be one of the best investments in your lifetime, and I believe that holds true in 2022. And as interest rates rise, it will knock some people out of the market. Now, I'm not the kind of agent that's going to tell you the market will keep going up and up. And that's just not sustainable. And there will come a time that prices will probably level off. I don't know when that's going to be. And at the current moment, I don't see our supply and demand issues improving. This seems to be the new normal. If things change, I'll be the first to tell you. So in conclusion, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you have any kind of questions, by all means, reach out to me. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Till the next video, take care and stay safe.